Hi, my name is Lisa Norman. I am a member of the Gearhead Girls. I've been racing for 5 years up at Pittsburgh Raceway Park in New Alexandria. I have a very touching story of how I got started drag racing. 5 years ago, my husband lost his identical twin brother to post-traumatic stress syndrome. And he was in a very deep depression. He didn't want to eat, he didn't want to shower, he didn't want to do anything. There was no life in him whatsoever. His brother had willed him a 1972 Vega, and it was very heart-wrenching for him to work on this Vega. We had a buddy named Brian who wanted to get back into drag racing. I didn't know a thing about drag racing. I've never been to a drag strip, never watched drag racing, never been behind the wheel, didn't even see a drag car other than the Vega that came to our house after he passed away. Brian and Lee were in the garage with Matt, and of course I'm a girl and I'm not allowed in the garage, and I was just kind of an outcast off to the side, just wrenching away on my own. They were putting a new fuel line in Brian's Monte Carlo, and they were talking about how they used to drag race when they were younger and how they used to change their tires along Route 22 to get into the drag park. And I finally saw the light go on in Lee's eyes. I finally saw that he was passionate about something, and I knew right then and there that that was the ticket. That's how I was going to bring him back. That's how I was going to get him passionate about life again. Later that evening, we were sitting around and we were talking about drag racing, which again I knew nothing about, and they thought, wouldn't it be funny to get you to start drag racing against Brian to get Lee out of his depression? We didn't think Lee was going to go for it. We ended up getting on Craigslist and finding a 1985 Pontiac Grand Prix, and in doing so got Lee out of the depression. When I got in it, I was nervous. I didn't know anything about drag racing, I didn't know anything about the car, but I knew one thing. Lee was out of the house, and Lee was excited. And Lee was excited that we were back at the drag strip. Lee was excited that we were drag racing. Was I scared? Absolutely. But I've been drag racing for 5 years now. I love every minute of it, how fast I go. I love the car. And now our whole entire family does it. Now Lee has a 1985 S10 with a 598 in it, and now he's drag racing. And there's not a weekend that goes by that we're not up there during the season drag racing. And that light is finally back in his eyes.
Being a drag race guy my whole life, and I've been doing media since '89, that's one of the best stories about racing I have ever heard. That, you know, racing basically saved your husband's life.